Thank you so much. You've been so wonderful. And now we listen to his keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sharan S Patil.
Good evening, everybody. Firstly, Dr. Ashwath Narayan, the Minister for ITBT, it's an absolute honor for us to have you here, sir. You're both a doctor and at the same time now our Minister for IT and BT. We couldn't find a more appropriate person to do this launch for us and see the future of healthcare in which direction it is going. Thank you again for being here. Dr. Guruva Reddy, my guru, my friend, the one who has nudged me in this direction. Thank you, Guruva, for coming here in spite of your bad cold and cough. Thank you for being here. Our partners, Meenakshi and the Striker team, thank you for making this happen today. My media friends, it's amazing your support we have had for over the last 16 years. Thank you again, once again, for being here. Fellow Sparsians, dear friends, it's an absolute honor for us as Sparsians to have your friendship, to have your camaraderie, and be with us this evening. I just want to say a few things which have always struck me. It's many years ago I did my medicine, and we studied the human body as students of medical science. And the way we went about studying was very different from the way it is today. Every little development that has happened in the medical field is without a doubt is because of the technology. Always had an argument with my engineering friends, we are more important than them. Today I concede they have contributed the maximum to the growth of medical science. The way we look at anatomy today is very different from the way we did yesteryears. My children doing medicine, they could see layers of layers in 3-dimension and study every muscle, nerve, vessel in a 3-dimensional way, in the way it is so nicely understood today. And the science of understanding the human anatomy is pure technology. Every organ in our body, how it functions, is much better understood today. The physiology, the pathology of every organ is so much better understood today, thanks for the extraordinary abilities with which we image and find that out. The brain mapping, which part of the brain functions how. Every whole organ in our body has been scoped today. We put cameras through every organ and find the interiors. We put a capsule into the intestine and it stays inside for entire 24 hours and to study our entire gut, and we receive those pictures through Wi-Fi and we pick up the minutest cancer cells happening in the gut. Wonderful improvement. MRI scans, the PET scans, slice every inch of our body and reconfigure, and all this is computing and 3D technology. Intervention medicine. Needless to say, the scope has become tremendous. Our radiologists, once sitting behind the machines, are all around. They go and invade the body through the vessels and tackle difficult situations, the stroke treatment, what is happening today, all because of extraordinary technology. So the human body, the way it's understood, is because of technology. Naturally, when we understand this better, we tackle it so much better. This has led to absolutely transitional research. This research, what is happening today, will blow our mind away. Somebody like me who has been in this field, when I see what's coming, it just baffles me. We don't know where we are going. There is a body called Human Longevity Incorporation. This is an American body, and they have taken it for granted we will live for 120 years in the future. They asked me, would you like to live that long? I said, no. Then they said, why Indians don't like to live that long? My answer was, if I have the vitality and energy, I would like to live that long. And that's exactly the area they're seeing and how we can stop the aging process. Dangerous possibilities. Presumptive diagnosis is the way life is going. Even before anything happens, we need to know. so that we can prevent it. Such extraordinary science is coming into picture. Wearable devices. Today, half of you are wearing devices which will tell your heart rate, take ECG, tell what's happening, convey it to the appropriate people, and they monitor your health remotely. Wonderful. AI, deep learning, these are things which are catapulting the way we live our lives. Most importantly, sir, the healthcare from what it was, the myth of doctors know it all, nobody is supposed to question, and everybody is supposed to listen and follow. That was the way healthcare has been practiced. Today it's changing forever. It's democratized like never before. You are the CEO of your own health. That's the way we are going. So everybody needs to know all information, and they lead their lives the way it goes. I was surprised. I know all of us have got old parents at home, and we have given them 20 tablets to take, one for sugar, one for blood pressure, and a million other things. We give them so many tablets, and sure as anything, I'm sure everybody sitting here agrees that they mix it up. The morning one they take in the evening one never take at all. Half of them are spilt on the ground, and next day morning the maid finds that the tablets are on the floor. That's what it is. Today we have one pill which combines everything, and you take one pill, it serves your entire medical needs. And what kind of pharmacology is this? This is what is, I'm not talking about fiction, this is real. And I've always believed, as a child, I saw a poster with a ballet dancer, and it said, if you can imagine it, you can be it. And I remember Shivlila's house, I gifted that to Shivlila, and it's still hanging in their house. And it clearly is a belief which I've all the time had. If the mind imagines it, it can be done. And that's what science is showing us today. Classically, sir, when we were growing up, you as a medical student, your professor and my professor were the absolute gods, and we did believe nothing else. That was anecdotal medicine. That gave rise to evidence-based medicine. We said it's not one person, but we need to prove it. Today, it is data science. And suddenly, at this moment of time, it is 6:45, an ambulance stops, people come rushing and stand next to me, paramedical staff. I ask them, why are you here? They say, in the next 10 minutes, you're likely to have a heart attack, that's why we are here. I'm not joking. Israel's entire population's DNA coding is done. Every little ailment is documented. The database of the entire nation, Israel, is so strong, they have predictability. If you follow the same habits, same lifestyle, this is when you're likely to have this event. They warn you 5 years in advance, unless you change your lifestyle, you're not likely to survive this. That kind of precision is coming into place. All in all, what I feel is precision is one thing medical science has always lacked. If you have cancer today, when we go to treat cancer, there are 24 side effects we have to deal with it. Because we don't know precisely how much drug is required for which kind of person, what is his genome, and what is to be done. If we have to do a surgery, we do so much more than necessary. And this is where medical science has got a long way to go. And this is an endeavor of SPARSH to go into the science of precision, where we have least amount of unwanted effects and give the best experience for the patients to get better. Today, we have inaugurated or launched our robotic. This robot is tireless, works all the time, and it will do precisely the programming what we do, and it can do so much better than the human being can do. The pain is so much less, recovery is so much faster, and this is only a beginning. This is going to evolve into better and better and better. I keep saying today healthcare is expensive, and there are many things the healthcare needs to do. And if one doctor can treat 25 patients today, and if we can scale it up and treat 250, the world will be a better place to live. 3D printing, amazing technology. Today, we have a complex fracture happening to a person. We do not have a complete idea till we open up and see what is there inside. We have images, but the 3D printing has changed the technology completely. We have a complete model of a human part which we can study, rehearse our surgical act, and then go in. And more than that, the implants, what we put in, can be precisely printed and suited. Instead of taking it out of the shelf, we have customized implants. The O-arm, Arvind knows much more about this. O-arm and the 3D microscope do wonderful things. In anatomy, you all agree when we are studying anatomy, we looked at the books and say nerve is yellow, and then we have the vein which looks blue and the artery which looks red. And when you go into the human body, it looks nothing like that. But today, we have fluorescent technology, where the parts of the brain can be colored and seen through the microscope, and precisely that part of the brain which has got a tumor can be taken out, leaving the person intact. And that we are able to do at SPARSH Hospital is absolute privilege for us. Thanks to the technology, we can do so much more precisely and so much better. So, I strongly believe India is poised. For us, healthcare has to be more precise, less errors. We have to reach out to many more people. It has to be more patient-friendly, accessible to most people. Rural India, Africa, there are so many areas where you don't access good healthcare. And that is what is important. I know, as a person in the government, you also feel it needs to be accessible, means it has to be affordable. And I think the technology is the only way healthcare can become more affordable. When we get the machines to do the work, what we do, as precisely, the artificial intelligence, the virtual reality with which we train and function, if all these come reality, we will be the best people. In India, we produce maximum number of doctors, nurses, technicians. We can be the biggest exporter of the medical science. We can take care of the entire Africa. Medical tourism is very big today. And I really, every time I get an opportunity, to the people in power, when I get a chance to talk, I think it's up to us as a nation to get ourselves poised in this direction. We, as private healthcare providers, will stand with you shoulder to shoulder in the dream to make healthcare affordable and accessible to everybody. Let me finish by saying, all good, technology is great, accessible, affordable, live for 120 years, everything is good. But none of this is of any value. My friend Anand keeps telling, this world, end of the day, is all about people. It is the emotions. It is the relations. It is all about how we feel for each other. And at SPARSH, we strongly believe SPARSH Anubhava, the experience, patient experience, not just for the patient, but the relatives, is the core at what we do. In the mirage of all this technology, we don't want to forget we are dealing with human beings. We want to deal with compassion, care, and we want to take care of every emotion, not only of the patients, but all the families. We have launched a program called SPARSH Anubhava, another inspiration from Guruva, where patient is the center of everything we do. Every meeting starts with patient care and ends with patient care. Every decision which is good for the patient and the family is good for the organization. I would say we, as Sparsians, all of us here, will promise the community and the society we live in. We will live with the values of faith, hope, and love. And thank you once again for supporting us in this vision. Thank you.